The moment you learn to relax into the feeling of already having what you desire, you awaken the infinite intelligence that has always been waiting patiently within you. This is not a passive surrender, but a powerful alignment, a conscious choice to dwell in the unseen reality that you have imagined, to let go of the striving and effort that implies it is not yet yours. You are not here to chase the dream. You are here to embody it, to live from it, to feel it so deeply that the outer world must conform, must bow to your inner certainty. There is a vast difference between wanting and having. Wanting implies distance. Having assumes presence. When you relax into the feeling of having, you enter the creative state from which all things emerge. You are no longer looking at life as though it is outside of you, withheld by some force. Instead, you become the creative center, the source, the divine imagining through which all manifestation flows. This universe does not operate by force or struggle. It moves by assumption, by acceptance, by inner knowing. The world around you is not fixed. It is plastic to your thoughts, molded by the substance of your beliefs. The more deeply you feel yourself already possessing what you've asked for, the more quickly it races toward you. But only when you stop chasing and begin embodying. You must know, not hope. Feel, not beg. Assume, not strive. The reason most people do not receive their desires is because they keep holding them in the future. They think one day it will come. But the very act of placing it in the future ensures it remains there. The only moment that exists is now, and what you feel now is what you create. If you feel lack, you produce more lack. If you feel gratitude, certainty, fulfillment, then the universe mirrors that back to you effortlessly and abundantly. And so I say, relax. Not because you are giving up, but because you finally understand. Relax into the knowing that your imagination is the doorway through which creation flows. Relax into the certainty that all things are possible to the one who imagines rightly. The tightness in your chest, the urgency, the doubt, they are signs that you're still looking outward. Turn inward. Sink into the image that excites your soul. Feel its reality, not as a fantasy, not as a wish, but as a truth that is already done. Do you realize what lives inside you? The same force that spins galaxies and breathes stars into existence is the same power that shapes your life experience. It is not out there, it is within you, and it responds instantly, effortlessly to your sustained inner state. You need not beg for what is already yours. You need only accept it inwardly, with calm authority, and let the outer world rearrange itself in divine timing. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is not something you wait to feel after manifestation. It is the cause of manifestation. When you close your eyes and feel yourself already living the life you desire, walking in the house, holding the person, speaking from the version of yourself that has already become, you are not playing pretend. You are entering the field where all things are real. And in that realm, time collapses. What was once far becomes near. What was once impossible becomes inevitable. So do not try to figure out the how. The how belongs to the intelligence that moves oceans and opens doors where there were once walls. Your job is the feeling. Your role is the assumption. If you can dwell in it long enough to feel it real, to taste its sweetness, to walk with it in your heart as though it were visible now, then you will find yourself effortlessly pulled toward circumstances and events that match your new inner state. Not by force, but by magnetic pull. This is why I tell you, relax into it, not in laziness, not in indifference, but in deep, sacred confidence, the confidence of a soul that knows. The moment you stop seeking, you start receiving. The moment you stop resisting the present moment and instead saturate it with the feeling of your fulfilled desire, you enter the flow of divine manifestation. You don't need to visualize it perfectly. You don't need to do it 1,000 times. You simply need to feel the reality of it so clearly that it becomes more real to you than your present surroundings. You might still be in the same room, wearing the same clothes, but inwardly you're walking through a completely different world. And that inner world, rich, joyful, aligned, is the seed that inevitably bears fruit in the outer. This is the great secret. You do not create reality through action, you reveal it through assumption. You don't need to push reality into shape. You need to become the shape of what you desire. You need to saturate your mind so fully with the idea that it becomes a felt truth. And once it is felt, it is done. It must appear, because the outer is only a reflection, a shadow of your inner world. Change your inner, and the outer bows before you. Have you ever noticed how life moves when you stop trying? When you drop the anxiety, the grasping, the fear, and you simply trust, simply feel. Miracles occur in the absence of struggle. The mind may try to convince you that effort is the only way, but the heart knows. The soul knows. It whispers, "Become it first and you shall see it." Everything you've ever desired already exists in the realm of consciousness. Your specific person, your dream home, your perfect health, your financial freedom, none of it is outside of you. It's all inside, waiting for you to accept it. The moment you claim it with feeling, the universe begins moving pieces, shifting timelines, orchestrating details so precisely you'll wonder how it all came together so fast. But it only happens when you stop doubting and start dwelling. Dwell in the end, live from the wish fulfilled, speak from the place of already having, and then relax, let go, rest in the knowing that it is done. You see, the universe speaks one language, the language of vibration, and your feeling is your frequency. When you feel lack, you transmit lack. When you feel abundance, you transmit abundance. When you feel love, you become love's magnet. You cannot trick the universe with words. It listens only to what you are being. So become what you desire. Live it inside first, and the world will echo your state back to you. You might say, "But I've tried, nothing has changed." I say, you have tried from a place of trying, not from a place of being. You have spoken affirmations, but still felt emptiness. You have visualized, but remain anxious. That is not the way. The way is stillness. The way is rest. The way is to feel right now in this very breath that you already have it, and to rest in that feeling, to marinate in it until it becomes your dwelling place. And once you are there, truly there, everything begins to shift. The phone call comes, the email arrives, the opportunity presents itself, but not because you chased it, because you became the version of yourself who already had it. And in that state, life responds with a yes so loud, so clear, you'll wonder why you ever doubted. You must train yourself to stay in the end, not to visit it for a few moments a day, but to live in it, breathe in it, move in it. Let your inner conversations reflect your new reality. Let your imagination run wild, not in fantasy, but in knowing. Knowing that what you imagine, you become. That what you feel, you attract. That what you assume, you receive. Your current reality is not a prison, it is a mirror. And mirrors can only reflect what is placed before them. So if you want a new reflection, change the image. Change your state. Change your self-concept. Stop looking to the world for confirmation. Look to your inner world for transformation. Because once the inside shifts, the outside cannot help but follow. The world may appear solid, but it is not. It is made of consciousness, just like your dreams, just like your thoughts. And this means it is flexible, movable, obedient to the one who knows their power. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the author of it. You are not waiting for fate to bless you. You are blessing your own life by what you accept as true. And that's the key. What you accept as true. Not what you hope, not what you wish, but what you feel deep down, beyond words. Because that feeling is the prayer. That assumption is the seed. And if you hold it, water it, dwell in it, the fruits will appear in due season. But even the season can collapse when you enter the timeless now. The more deeply you feel it real now, the faster it appears. Not because you're making it come, but because you're removing the resistance that was keeping it away. The resistance was never in the world, it was in your doubt, your disbelief, your divided attention. But now you unify yourself. Now you claim it as yours. Now you say, I already am. And the universe echoes back, yes, you are. You are the dreamer dreaming the world into existence. You are not at the mercy of conditions, you are the creator of them. The moment you dare to imagine a new reality and feel it as though it were here now, you pull it into form. This is not wishful thinking, it is spiritual law. The law responds not to your outer actions, but to your inner convictions. When you shift your inner state, the outer world realigns without resistance. You may not see it immediately. The seed does not sprout the moment it touches soil, but know this, once the feeling is planted, it must bear fruit. It is law. The delay is not denial. It is preparation, rearrangement, alignment. Trust it, rest in it, rejoice in it before it shows up. That is the mark of a master manifester, not the one who waits to celebrate after it comes, but the one who celebrates because they know it must come. And isn't that the beauty of it? You don't need to wait to feel joy. You don't need to wait to feel abundance. You can feel it now. You can wrap yourself in the energy of love, wealth, health, peace, because all of it is available inside you now. And when you do, the world bends to meet your vibration. You will notice people treating you differently, doors opening, opportunities flowing, synchronicities cascading one after another. And you will know, I have entered the feeling and the universe is responding. But only when you stop efforting and start embodying. You cannot imagine and then go back to doubting. You cannot feel the wish fulfilled and then speak words of lack. That is spiritual double-mindedness, and it scatters your power. You must be single-eyed, focused, steady. When the world tempts you to react, you must return to the feeling. When circumstances contradict your desire, you must still say within, it is done because it is done. In the unseen, it is already yours. The world you see now is only a lagging indicator of your past thoughts and states. The new world is forming even now. Every time you dwell in the feeling of already having, you are shaping the unseen into form. You are speaking the language of God, pure being, pure knowing. Not I want, but I am. And from that I am, all things are added, not by toil, not by effort, but by assumption. You assume the state of the fulfilled desire, and the universe rushes to fill the mold. This is how mountains move. This is how the impossible becomes real, not by manipulation, but by imagination, not by force, but by feeling. You must understand the sacredness of your imagination. It is not fantasy, it is creation. Everything you've ever experienced began in imagination. Someone imagined the device you're listening through. Someone imagined the clothes you wear. Someone imagined the building you sit in. And what they imagined, they believed, and what they believed, they saw. So why not you? Why not now? The only thing standing between you and your desire is your refusal to feel it real, not because you are incapable, but because you have been conditioned to believe in what you see more than in what you feel. But you must reverse that. You must learn to see with the eyes of the soul, to walk by inner knowing, not by outer facts. For the facts are fluid, ever-changing, and they bend to the one who holds the deeper truth within. What is that truth? That you are already it, that you already have it, that there is nothing outside of you to attain, only within you to accept. The kingdom is within, and when you find it there, it will express itself out here, naturally, effortlessly. So stop asking, when will it come? That question implies it is not already here. Instead, ask, how can I more deeply feel that it is already done? That is the shift, that is the portal. When you dwell in that question, the answers rise from within. You begin to speak differently, act differently, think differently, not because you're trying to force change, but because you already are the new you. And this is where the magic happens. You meet your desire on the level of vibration. You enter the state where it is already yours, and the state brings the events, the people, the circumstances. Not because you demanded them, but because you aligned with them, because you no longer needed them to feel fulfilled. You already felt fulfilled, and so they came. This is the irony of manifestation. You receive when you stop needing. You attract when you stop chasing. You become magnetic when you rest in your own power. The world does not give you what you plead for. It gives you what you feel you already have. And the moment you truly believe, truly feel, it is yours. You can test this right now. Close your eyes, take a breath, and imagine just for a moment that your deepest desire has come true, that the relationship is healed, that the money is here, that the health is perfect, that the dream is realized. How would you feel? What would you say? How would you walk, breathe, think? Now take that feeling and magnify it. Let it fill your body. Let it rise in your chest like sunlight. And stay there, dwell there. That is your portal. That is your power. And that feeling is the seed from which the tree of your desire will grow. You need not do anything else. You don't need to strive, beg, manipulate, or hustle. Your only job is to feel it real and relax into it. Let life flow from that place. Let your actions arise naturally, not from fear, but from inspired alignment. Let your words be words of faith, not of doubt. Let your imagination be your sanctuary, your workshop, your sacred space of creation. Do not worry about whether it's working. That question itself shows you have left the feeling. Return to the feeling, trust it. It is working, always, perfectly, in ways beyond your comprehension. The infinite intelligence that forms universes is forming your reality even now, responding to the blueprint of your inner state. So be still. Know. Feel. Walk as if it were already true. Speak as if it were already done. Move as the version of you who has it all. Not someday, now, because now is the only time there is, and everything happens now. Every desire you've ever had was placed in you for a reason, not to torment you, but to awaken you to your power, to remind you of who you really are. You are the operant power, the creative source, the divine consciousness dreaming the world into being. And your dream is not separate from reality. It is reality's womb. So dream boldly, imagine lavishly, assume confidently, and most of all, feel it, live it, become it. Because the moment you do, reality has no choice. It must become what you have already become inside. Do not be fooled by the delay. Do not be disheartened by the silence. In the unseen, all is moving, all is aligning, all is being drawn to you. Your only task is to stay in the feeling, to relax into it, as one who knows the outcome is guaranteed. You've done the work. You've planted the seed. Now water it with faith, with joy, with inner conviction. Do not dig it up with doubt. Do not choke it with fear. Let it grow naturally, inevitably. Trust the process, trust the feeling, trust yourself. Because you are not just part of the universe. You are the universe, focused into form. You are the spark of the eternal, the breath of the infinite, clothed in human experience. And every desire you have is a whisper from the divine, saying, this too is possible. This too is already yours. So smile, breathe, let go, feel the fullness of what you've asked for. Let it wash over you like a wave of knowing and live from that place. Let that be your home, because once you do, you will look around and see it mirrored everywhere. The house, the love, the success, the healing, it will all be there because you first found it within. You were never meant to struggle for what is already yours by divine inheritance. The moment you imagined it, it was given. The moment you desired it, it was prepared. The only thing left is your willingness to dwell in its feeling, not for a moment, but as a lifestyle, not to test it, but to live it, because it is not a trick, it is a truth. Your inner state precedes your outer world, always. And the universe has no resistance to giving, it only responds to what you embody.